lighter. Good morning, everyone. Wow, it's such a beautiful morning. I made the decision to come out in a moment to share with you nature's gifts and creating some incense and take you through. You know, some of you might know how to do it, some of you don't, and it's just a nice excuse for us to come out here in the sunshine and be creative. But the first thing I'm doing is I'm lighting some smudge, and this is mugwort, and Bruce and I harvested a lot of mugwort in the early start of the summer, and it's the most incredible energy. It does actually carry a bit of a warning with it. You do have to be careful if you're, you know, for pregnant women, have to be careful with mugwort. But it grows profusely in a lot of places. But these are the sticks that we made. So we're just giving everything and ourselves a good smudge. It's a really fascinating thing to do, make your own incense. And the way we work here with it is that, I mean, quite often I'll just go off and say to myself or to Bruce or one of us, shall we just make an incense in the now? And that's what we do. We make it for that particular day. So for instance, we could be doing a lodge or something, or a hand fasting. The only thing we can't convey to you is the smell, which is such a shame, but take our word for it.
Smells lovely.
It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to lay it down and let it, well, that's hot, and let it burn away. Actually, what will you use, Uncle Ben? I knew he was there for a reason, old Uncle Ben.
Oh, good old Uncle Ben. Nobody else will get that joke, but we do. Ha ha!
Okay, so your essential ingredients. First off, be in a good space. It's no good doing any sort of crafting, especially if you want to use items in ceremony, if you're not in the right space. So be in the right space. We're in the right space. Sun's shining, the sky's blue, and the birds are singing. And over the years, we collect and drive a lot of nature's gifts, and she gives us a lot. It's really quite beautiful. Okay, so you're going to need a certain amount of things. So let's run through what you need. Okay. Dried herbs. We've got a selection here. I've just got a lot more left in my little shed, but I bought these out just to show you a few of them. Some of these have been purchased over the internet. Some of them have been bought in actual shops that sell them, and some have been dried from the land here. So you need a nice selection of your dried stock, dried herbs. Then one of the most really basic things that you really need, the base of all incense, is your resins. And as you can see, I've got quite a selection of different resins here. They help to form the base. It's one of my favourites, Dragon's Blood. So there's a few incense essences there, and you need those. And then you need some lovely oils, a selection of oils. Pure essential oils are always the best if you can get those. Okay. Then you need charcoal discs and a charcoal burner. Now when we start to make put the incense on the charcoal, what a lot of people do wrong here is that they start putting stuff onto the charcoal before the charcoal's white, and that puts it out sometimes. So you really need to light your incense and make sure it's nice and white before you put your mixtures on. So they're your things that you need. You need a pestle and mortar, a lighter, a little mixing bowl, a little dish, a couple of spoons, and a little jar to put your made incense in. Now, dark jars with a nice good lid is what you want. Okay, try not to put them into light. You'll see most of these are in dark. Well, a few of them are in light, but you want it when it's made up. You want to keep it in a dark jar. So, and we've had some lovely stuff burning. Actually, it's really great. I think the mugwort's gone out, Bruce, and I need another light. Let's get another light.
I'll do that. You
Okay.
do what you do.
I think I've covered everything here for you all. I'm pretty sure I have. So, we're going to make a start.
Oh.
And I want, please excuse me, I'm going in for one bowl because I've used a bowl and I need one more bowl. Cool, so I've got another bowl because I need it. So I'm going to start making this incense by starting off with the resins.
Do you want this?
Can I have the lid?
Oh, Ben.
Don't set my bench alight. Fragrance. Okay, so resins. Now I think I'm going to be. There's two ways you can do these. Okay. Now this one I'm just going to do it on the whim. I'm just going to go with what my intuition tells me to put into here today. If you want to do this and maybe sell them, then it's good to maybe make a recipe card, because if you try to do it by memory, you're not going to remember it. So going back years ago, we used to make them and sell them, but I stopped doing that a long time ago. But we had recipe cards, so we used to write down exactly what we put in, what resin we used, what dried herb we used, if we used berries, what oils, so that you can go back and you can remake the same fragrance. I tend to now, I like to just do everything at the moment, go on intuition for what I want, because leave it there. So I'm going to put a couple of pieces of, this is pinyon. Somebody will say I'm not saying it the right way, but hey ho, it's called pinyon. And then I'm going to carefully, you want to break it up, but you don't want it into a fine powder. You just want to have little lumpy bits. Don't crunch it so it's a powder. And bits that spit out, you want to put them back.
Get them back.
Get them
Get
back.
back. Get back.
See, now to me, that for me is a nice size. Okay, you'll see that. So I'm just going to transfer that into a bowl. And then, so many resins. This is an interesting one. I'm sorry I don't know the name. I can't remember the name. But this is what the Carib people burn in the Caribbean, on the island of Dominica. When I was on there, this is a lovely resin. It's a very hard resin, so you've got to chip away at that. But I just wanted to show it to you. I'm not getting called to that one. I'm thinking of our next ceremony. Our next ceremony is going to be Yule, so I want to go into that field. So I'm going to add to this. Yes, I'm going to add a little bit of myrrh. And again, this always will vary in size. Sometimes you can get really big pieces, sometimes little pieces. I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't break this up much more than it actually is already. It's just, if you can see, I've got a couple of bigger bits in there. So I'm just going to give it a, if I can, without losing any of it. Just breaking it up a little bit. That seems nice to me. Okay. And then I like to put it into all of the incenses I make. It's one of my favourites. This is Black Sortex, and it's just got the most gorgeous fragrance, and I tend to like to add this to all that I make. And it's quite strong. Oh, I just wish we could bring you the smells.
Mmm, smells divine.
So I'm going to put a nice piece in there. Okay. It should be enough.
Looks tasty.
It does. and you know, and as you can see over the years, I sort of collect a lot of jars. They're very handy, jars are. So I think basically, maybe I want just another else in there. Now what's calling What any calling you, Bruce, as a resin? You want to add?
Oh no, you make this.
Oh,
I can make one afterwards.
Okay. So what else have we got here?
You're doing the demo. I've got out of the demo.
No, he's got out of it.
I'm allowed
Okay,
to
well, I'm
drink
sorry, guys.
coffee
This
and
one, which is a mystery.
it's a
It's a
mystery.
mystery. Somebody gifted this to me, and I don't know the name of it now. But
Oh, it's the Indian stuff.
Oh.
There you go. Mystery stuff breaks up really easy.
Yeah, give it a gentle
Sean
brush.
knows what that's called, I
Yeah,
expect.
I think
if
it is.
he's,
I'm sure that's what Sean got me.
Oh, that
Brought me
looks
back.
lovely.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at that
nice.
filming, that looked good.
It's looking lovely.
Anybody that does readings, you can keep it to yourself.
Yay. That's my resins there, okay. Now, as I said to you, I've got a lot more in the store shed there. I've only bought a few out, but I'm going to go round and I'm just going to literally go with my intuition of what I want to put in here. I want some of this, which is...
We've got two people who've said hello. Well, Kay, morning, Kay.
Morning.
Hello, Sophie.
Morning.
There's other quiet people there.
Quiet people.
Morning.
And poplar. A nice sprinkle of poplar. Very nice. I might break that up just a little bit because it's quite big pieces. It's always good fun making your own medicine, and this is a medicine, so if I was going to do this for a hand fasting, I would be thinking about the couple that I'm doing it with. If it was for a baby naming ceremony, you know, you have that intention. You always put the intention into what it is you're doing. Oak moss. Because you're making this fragrance just for that moment, just for the now, or just for that particular thing. And then, of course, you've got to have, I like to always put a little bit of lavender in, because to me it's the ancestors. It always reminds me of my grandmother. So, a little bit of lavender in there.
Oh,
Smelling gorgeous.
that
now.
smells lovely, that lavender. Hi, Nikki.
Oh, and I want this one. What's this one? Sandalwood. Bit of sandalwood in here. Okay. Nice. And I'm going to give that a nice stir. Whoop, a daisy. And I'm just going to break some of the bigger pieces up, because they can be a little smoky. One thing, if you burn charcoals in your house, just do remember that they are incredibly hot. Health and safety here, you know, can cause fires, so be careful. But more importantly, they will send your room black. I used to work, I used to barman a lot when I was running my healing centre in Gillingham at Elm Tree Lodge. I had a lot of things on the walls, and it was only when we started moving and packing away that I realised that I had these black squares, you know, where I've been burning it indoors. Okay, so now I'm going to mix the resins in with that, and I'm just going to stir it well. Oh, it's looking gorgeous, look at that. And then, because I feel like it's for y'all, I'm going to add a couple of allspice berries. Oh, lovely. A couple of allspice berries there, maybe 4. And juniper. Now, as I said to you, you can get all of this online, even the jars you can get online, the herbs online. There's a great place that we would have been going into today in Glastonbury called Star Child. They do mail order as well, and if you don't make your own incense up, then they are a place to buy from, because they are really lovely incenses from there, and they do a vast amount. But like they haven't got one like this that's just been made up in the now. They'll have them for Yule, for autumn equinox, spring equinox. They have all Pacific ones, don't they, Bruce?
Yeah, like they do an amazing one for Carly.
Yeah, they're really
Carly
lovely.
Incense is really nice.
But you can also go in there and buy all of this, and I think they do mail order as well, but you can get all of this online.
When they're open, you can just go in there and breathe.
Yes.
It's amazing.
It is.
You don't need to buy anything. You can incense yourself up for a couple of months.
Now the next one,
Hello, George.
so I'm just I need that tray over here.
Here we go. And like magic, it elevates and floats around the table.
So this is the oil. I put the dried oak moss in here, so I'm hoping I should have put it in. Ugh. If anybody knows me,
Ha.
they know.
Ha.
I don't do sticky.
Ha. This is going to possibly the best bit of the video. This.
Oh gosh, I'm sticky. Now oak moss is a beautiful one to add, but I should have put it in hot water, so I'm not going to get it in there now. I don't think. Oh, it's so sticky.
Very thick.
If I'd known somebody didn't stand it up as well last time it got used, so it's actually leaked out. Oh, I really do need a shamanic journey to retrieve part of me. I must have died in a pot. Greasy, sticky stuff. I can't look. Okay, now no way we're going to get that out unless we try with a stick or something. We need a little stick.
We use a little bit of the cedar. What did you use?
It's all sticky.
Poplar.
It's all sticking to me. I'm really. Oh, okay.
Here you go. That's it. The video might go a bit shaky while I'm trying to find a stick. There we go, look.
Carry a health ball.
If you just scrape some onto that.
Thank you. I should carry a health warning that this is sticky. It's like. I really do think that in another life I would die in a pot of hot oil, sticky stuff or something. Donuts, I don't know.
George is saying he's got hemp flowers that he'd be willing to donate if you're interested.
Oh.
It's very good CBD.
Yes.
We might have an import problem though.
Well, now we've got a problem, so I've got to try and get this off of my fingers. I think I need some wipes now. So, just talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go and try and clean my fingers.
No. Okay, you clean your fingers. We'll go for a quick walk down the meadow. There's the roundhouse. And the lodge frame in front of it. Fire pit for our sweat lodges. Stone circle down the bottom behind the trees there. It's the lodge we're just going past. Ganesh over in the corner watching over the garden, the meadow. There's our roundhouse. Heron's Lodge. It's the maypole. Oh, and Lynn's back, so we'll have a tri-spa vacation. Nice goddess there, sitting there. There's Lynn just by the Buddha head. And we're back to Sticky Lynn.
Yes. Right, so you all know I've put oat moss in there and I've got to put the lid back on later. So I brought a mixture of oils out, and again, as I said to you, I like to just go with my intuition. And because this one is like for Yule, I'm going to put a little bit of clove oil in. Be careful with some of the oils because you don't want them overpowering it too much. Put a few drops of clove oil in. Because some oils are really strong, you don't want them to over. And pine's another one. If you don't want it to smell like toilet cleaner, don't put too much pine in. But it's a nice oil, so I'm going to put a bit of pine. Maybe I'm...
Rah! Rah! What you need is sticky fingers.
I
Rah!
can't get the lid off, it needs hot water.
Hold this and point it at the...
Okay. What am I
Oh
pointing?
yeah, oh, point it at your hands like that. That's a really nice picture. Oh no.
I got to make my phone sticky.
Oh, right, don't use that one.
We're not using pine, it's sticky.
A bowl of hot water is invaluable when
is.
you're doing this.
It is. Juniper. A few drops of juniper.
Hope that's not like treacle.
No, that's not. That's cool. And then I want... Oh. Frankincense.
Oh yeah, loads of frankincense. You can get that as a resin or an oil, obviously.
Then I'm going to give it a good stir. Oh, I wish we could relay the smell, because it is just absolutely glorious. It really is divine. How are we doing? We haven't lit, are we still okay with our charcoal? Do we need like another one?
Oh, I should think it's perfect.
Now, if you want to make these to sell them, you can also get lovely little labels. You put the ingredients on there for yourself, you know, do a menu card as you go along. But if you just want to do it for yourself, I'm just going to mark a little sticker on doors. I've got some stickers indoors, and I should just put on there that it was made 7th of November 2020, and it was for Yule. My intention was making it for our Yule celebrations. So we don't waste it. This is why you would need the two bowls. I've got a nice jar, and I put that one in there, and then I'm going to gradually put this in. And you see, it means then that if I spill anything, I don't lose it. You can scoop it up at the end. And this is where I'm hoping I've got enough for my jar.
Big enough jar.
A big enough jar. Oh, it's so nice to make them like this and make them in the moment for something special. I'll just push this down a little bit. It's not bad actually, look at that, I've done quite well. And then I'm going to transfer them over again. Okay. Like that.
Will do, George, thank you.
What's George saying? Bye, George.
He's offering us lots of cannabis oil and hemp products.
Excellent.
Which are nice, but I don't know how, like, legally here things are a bit different to they are out there.
So it's all in the jar now. That was very, maybe it's because I've done it before. You get, the more you do it, the more you sort of get an eye for how much you actually need to do your jars, so there's no wastage. But I would have put anything that was left over in another jar anyway. I don't waste any of it, but oh, it just smells absolutely divine.
Oh,
We're going to go round and put it on our charcoal. Gives us great pleasure sharing this sort of thing with everybody. It really does. Now, as you can see, that's really, really grey, that charcoal, and that's the sort of colour you want. So we're in another lockdown, but you've got a few weeks now. You might be able to get some stuff online, give yourself something to do, be creative for your gifts. It's so nice giving something to somebody that you've made and crafted. And nature's given this to us. And it's always important to know that when you go out and if you harvest, like when we harvested the mugwort, we always make offerings. And if you do put something like mugwort in an incense, then you must label that so. Because I said to you, there are some things you need to look into because they can have, what's the word I'm looking for? They can create a few problems.
adverse reactions.
Adverse reactions, that's it, yeah. Don't burn peanuts. But there you go. And that's how you make an incense. Just just wish we could get the smell to you, because it's just, it really is lovely. It's really divine. So, thank you everyone, and for listening. And if you've got any questions, feel free to send us a message, and we'll do our best to answer you. As I said, you can buy a lot of this stuff, but we could dry your own. It's great fun going out and harvesting, tying it all up, hanging it up somewhere to dry, and then when it's dry, crumble it up and put it into jars. It's really, really lovely. But whenever you take something from nature, always remember to give something back. Make an offering. It can be a prayer, a chant, anything, as long as you make an offering. Always give when you receive something from nature. So thank you for joining us this morning, and really hope that you enjoy it, and tell us about what you make. We'd love to hear it. Okay, thanks Bruce. Thank you
Thank you,
everyone.
bye.